You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Especially the second half, it seemed like the ball stopped.
Yeah, we shot 50%. You know, they got 20 more shots than us. I think that's a massive key right there. They got more shots on goal. You know, we didn't trust it enough in the second half. You know, ball was sticking. Could have done a better job there.
On the other end, we knew they were kind of a three-point shooting team coming in. Do you think that was how much did that play a factor? And you guys have Jay Huff coming.
Yeah, you know, Huff was, 13 for 17, made some big shots. You know, he was a handful for us tonight. So they moved it, they shared it, they trusted it, and they played with great pace out there. So, but, the biggest thing is we just, what was that, 20 more shots on goal. We did enough offensively, even though I don't think the second half was great offensively. But, we just didn't get enough stops.
Working on the communication side on the defense, where did you see that level tonight in terms of communication?
Inconsistent. Just got to be better in our communication, effort, physicality.
He's at 3 blocks tonight. He's averaging 2.4 in the last 4 games. What do you think of his impact?
Yeah, great impact there. He's got to do that for us. He's got to have impact at the rim. Rim protection is massive for us to be a good defense. So, typically he does that for us. He's a big-time defender and did a really good job at the rim tonight. Obviously, in general, we could have been better defensively overall. Good. Thanks.
Boy, I tell you, man, it sure ain't the same when we lose, man. It's a million questions when we win, but my goodness, when we lose a game, it's quick to the locker room, and rightfully so, man. Pelicans once again had this game, man, and the worst team in the Eastern Conference meets the worst team in the Western Conference, and the winner is the Eastern Conference worst team. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in this one. Pelicans lose. They get flown by the Pacers 127-119, man. And Coach Borrego talked about it. He made, I want to belabor the point, but it was one of these situations where the Pelicans, they should have won this game, man. And this is one of the situations I often find myself repeating. But shout out to you guys, man, for putting up with all this. Young Illuminati, Miggy, Jayden, Daniel, shout out to you guys, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. PPR in the building. Anyway, let's get into this, man. Let's break this down, then we'll get right into it, man, on the PPR final show, man. Tough loss because it's such a waste, man. In this matchup, man, and basically, what my thought process on the show, why the Pelicans lost, I got a few things to mention before we get into the stat prattling. First and foremost, shout out to DC. He can't make it today. He got something to do with his fam, so we'll be doing this one here. So I won't hold you guys long on this episode of PPR. But these reasons for the Pelicans before we get into the stats, why they lost this game, you know. And then you can take these and prioritize them. I just wrote these down. There's no in particular order on why they lost, but they all have an equal effect on the game, right? Career night for Jay Huff, the center for the Pacers. He scored 29 points. That's way above his season average of 8.4 points a contest. Big time efficient for him. She shot 13 of 17 for the field, 29 points for Huff. He was in there shooting three-pointers and every damn thing. Yeah, he was shooting three-pointers and everything. And Coach Borrego talked about this one, poor defensive effort. He made note of it that he didn't get enough stops. It allowed the Pacers 20 more shots in the game. Not enough stops, poor defensive effort. High scoring first half for the Pacers. Pacers scored 73 points in the first half. That's the highest scoring first half of the season and established the Pelicans, a lead on the Pelicans that they could not overcome. They couldn't get past the lead. Efficient Pacers shooting. The Pacers shot 53% from the field and shot, and that's significantly higher than the Pelicans, who shot 43%, 10% higher. They were 45 of 85 versus the Pelicans 40 of 94. The three-point disparity, the Pacers made 9 3-pointers on 27 attempts. That's 33, while the Pelicans was 8 of 42. That's 19% differential in terms of what they shot, but it's, I guess it's one of the efforts, though, that I'm talking about. The points in the paint battle. Pace was able to outscore them effectively inside, especially in the first half. The interior defense for the Pelicans was wanting. Bench scoring disparity. The second half, Pelicans bench contributed. They did a decent job, but the Pacers bench players maintained good play in the second half. T.J. McConnell was out dishing out dimes. He had 9 of them. Overall shooting efficiency, despite Zion's 27 points on 10 of 12 shooting, the overall efficiency was a lot lower than what the Pacers were able to unmask. The inability to contain multiple threats. From Huff, Pelicans struggled to contain Siakam, who also, he had numbers, 27 points. Nembhard threw in 19 points and 10 assists. And then, of course, the road game. Road game struggles continue for the Pelicans. They fell to another disastrous performance on the road. It's tough to win on the road, but the Pelicans cannot salvage enough energy, intelligence, and pride to win at home. And when you go away, it's even more difficult, and you could tell by the away record. The assists by the Pacers demonstrated they was moving the ball. They had almost 40 assists today on 52 field goals that they tried to shoot there. So they had some offensive cohesion going on for them in this game against the Pels. And, of course, the Pelicans, getting the previous win, did not have the momentum. They didn't transfer the momentum from the previous win against the Nets into this matchup, where they could have built a 2-game winning streak before going to Houston. But it didn't happen. It did not happen, man. So that's my take on some of that stuff, and it's just crazy work. So it's just more of the same from the Pels. 41 of 82 for 50%. Pacers were 52 out of 101. They got 101 attempts up on the Pelicans versus 82. So that's a 51%. They shot 15 of 43 from downtown for 35%. Pelicans 13 of 31. Pelicans did do a good job at the free throw line, 24 of 30 for 80%. Pacers didn't get that many opportunities at the foul line and still won this game. They had 12 attempts from the foul line, 8 of 12. Pelicans got 30 attempts from the foul line. You most certainly would have thought that that could have led to something. 43 rebounds by the Pacers, 42 by the Pelicans. The assist game, almost 40 assists by the Pacers versus 22 by the Pels. The steals 5-4, Pacer advantage. The blocks 7-4, Pacers advantage. The Pelicans did have single-digit turnover in this game, only 9 of them. Pacers had 7. Pelicans conceded 8 points off those turnovers. Pacers gave up 6. The fast break game, Pelicans won 16-11, but got ran over in the points of the paint, and that's where a lot of stuff went wrong. Pacers went up by as much as 16. Pelicans at one point had the game by 5, but, you know, things change. That first half, they had some moxie, and then in the second half, the Pacers just say, you know, let's do this. But Rick Carlisle, you can never disrespect great coaching, to be honest with your family. If Rick Carlisle is there, The Pacers right now, they're not a very good team, but anytime Rick Carlisle is there, he's out there coaching, and he gets these guys that play with some confidence. The Pelicans will have defensive letdowns. We've seen once again a lot of poor switching. Even Antonio Daniels, he doesn't say poor switching. AD just says, you don't switch there. You don't switch there. No. Poor, call it what it is. It's unintelligent, dumb switching. And we can't get it right. Don't do it then. I just say, we just eliminate the switching. Y'all with me here on defense? Let's just eliminate switching because they're not good at that. They're not good at that. You're trying to make them do something that they're not capable of doing, because I'm constantly see them switching into lineups. And like the guy, for the ops to get the matchup that they want, all the dude do is go over there and push on the guy. This time it was Jeremiah Fierce. He got caught in several poor switches where he was underneath guard and Huff had to hack him a couple of times. So, let's not do the dumb switching. Can't we just go man to man? And, and then, you see what I'm saying? Let's not switch because they're not a good switching team. They don't know when to switch and not to switch. They'll switch and help the team beat them with these dumb switches. They're not good at it. Let's just stop doing the switches. Individually speaking, for the Pelicans tonight, the top scorer was Zion Williamson. In 33 minutes, Zion had 27 points on 10 of 12 shooting, like I mentioned before. He went to the foul line 10 times and hit 7 of 10, finished with 7 assists. He did have 3 turnovers, but 1 steal. He was +3. Trey Murphy continues shooting, doing his shooting in this game. He finished with 22 in 38 minutes, 7 of 21 from the field, but he was 5 of 14 from downtown, 3 or 4 from the foul line, 4 boards, 5 assists, a steal in the block for Trey, who's +1. 20 for Saddiq Bey in 32 minutes, 6 of 10 from the field. He hit a couple of 3-pointers, and he was 6 of 8 from the foul line. He finished with 4 rebounds on the day. Jeremiah Fierce was shooting the ball very confidently. He really was. He came in and he was 2 for 4. He had a good rhythm about himself, and he just looked real confident, man, in the game. And then the real promising thing about Jeremiah is the fact that like I said, he was 5 of 9, only got up 9 attempts shoot from the field. He had 2 real confident 3-pointers. He finished with 16 points. He was in there rebounding. He had 6 rebounds. He hit all 4 of his foul shots. He had 5 assists with no turnovers in 31 minutes of action, +8 for Jeremiah Fierce. So there's some bright spots here with our young guys. DQ had 14 points in 28 minutes. He was 5 of 11 from the field. He had all 4 of his free throws, and he finished with a double-double, 14 and 12 from DQ on the night. So that was the positive. Then when you hit the bench, not much shaking off the bench. Jordan Poole's minutes off the bench, he had 17 minutes and 11 points, 4 of 7. He hit 3 3-pointers. He was 3 of 4 shooting the 3-point ball from off the bench. So he finished with 11 points, a couple of rebounds and assists there for them off the bench, but not much else to help out with the scoring off the bench. Bryce McGowan's had 16 minutes, only 4 points for him. 20 minutes by Eves, 2 points, 3 boards, 2 turnovers, 3 blocks from Eves. Karlo Mekovic, 15 minutes, 3 points, 2 boards, not much shaking. Jordan Hawkins, 10 minutes, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 2 from downtown, 2 rebounds, no points from Hawkins, 10 minutes. So it's, you look at it, and during the game, I just wish we had a little bit more scoring in the game. But I could say that, but also I can make the fact that the Pelicans needed more defensive stops, because you had 3 20-point scorers in the game, 3 of them. We had 3 20-point scores, 27 from Zion, 22 from Trey, 20 from Saddiq. Threw in Derik Queen, threw in 14 and 12. Fierce threw in 16, And then you look at the bench, Jordan Poole, just 11 points in 17 minutes, and nobody else did anything else to kind of help out. But also that you can say that about the stops too. So the Pelicans fall to 10 and 34, 3 and 16 on the road against a Pacer team, the worst team in the Eastern Conference. The Pacers beat the worst team in the Western Conference. Very somber for us here. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Megan says my Friday was terrible. Hey, man, it's all good, man. Jade says, Q, I did not watch the game tonight, so I don't see what happened. But tonight, I guess it's more of the same. It's a horrible situation, man. Well, yeah, Lance. Chance, I'm sorry. Chance, shout out to you. Hawkins minutes are so useless. Just play McCollum. They're playing Hawk, bro, because they're trying to trade Hawk. That's why you see Eves Messi and Jordan Hawkins being put into the lineup. Like early on the previous stream, we talked about them having to show what Jordan Hawkins can do. And I'm like, okay, if he's not going to play, we might as well take Hawk and put him in the G League. They're not going to do that because there are rumors, and I just shared a report with you guys. I'm not going to cover that tonight. So the reality is, like, yeah, you're right. You're right, Don. Don, you're right. Yeah, the Trey Murphy, 7 of 21 on the field, and he was 5 of 14 from downtown. So, yeah, you're right on the efficiency side of thing. Yeah, and DQ had some stuff. He was 5 of 11 on efficiency side. 5 of 11, that ain't too bad. I ain't going to hit Derik Queen up too much, 22 points on 7 of 21 from Trey, but 3 3-pointers. It's all right. So, I mean, you had some play, but it's more of the same. Like, it's too many situations where we're not playing the correct defense. We're not. I mean, even if Fierce would have gave you 20 tonight, you still would have lost. So I mean, it's one of these situations where the Pelicans have to get stops. Even Borrego said that. He's like, man, we're not getting the stops. Once again, we're not getting the stops. He can't teach them to play defense effectively, not for 4 quarters of action. We have to get the stops. You're constantly seeing guys shoot the 3-point ball. They rotate a little late. The guys getting off the 3-point ball. And look at, like I talked about, Huff. Huff had 29 points and 9 boards. He was doing it on both ends against the Pelicans. 29 points. The guy averaged, 8 points, 9 points a game? He lit the Pelicans up. But look at that. Look at this Huff. This Huff's average. That was my top key tonight, is the fact that this guy, 8.4 points a game and 4 rebounds, and he lit the Pelicans up tonight for 29 points. He also hit 3 3-pointers on the Pelicans. Siakam buried 4 3-pointers on the Pelicans. So there's always somebody and we know Siakam is going to do what he's going to do. But in the end, it's just never enough. We can't get the stops that we need, and that's simply what it is. Defensively, we can't get the scores. It would have helped if Jordan Poole would have threw in some more points, but like Borrego saying, I'm going to lean on Borrego on that. We needed more stops defensively, and they don't get them, bro. They don't get the stops. So he going to keep pounding wood or keep tapping concrete or whatever the hell he talking about. I don't know what the hell he talking about no more. I don't get it. All right, what's up, Tasha? Shout out to you as well. Much love. But yeah, on the Hawkins thing, fam, the Eve Messi thing, you're starting to see them play these guys because there are reports coming out. We talked about it last night briefly about Jordan Hawkins, his role with this team, them picking up his money. I released a report during the game that's available for you guys to check out on all the latest rumors on the Pelicans, the trade rumors, dealing with Eves, dealing with Hawk, dealing with Herb. There's some new information out by Herb and also Ja Morant. I covered all that on the flash report that I released during the game so that I don't have to kind of cover it here right now. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah. Well, no, it's not that, Kalumina. You expect the best players to get their numbers, but now it's the defensive effort. You can't let Huff do that, man. Just move around and do that to you. I mean, you gotta, and when you recognize it, you gotta start setting up defense and stopping these guys from doing what they got to do. I mean, this team here, we know that they are missing a lot of pieces on it. Like some of their top players is missing. They're the worst damn team in the Eastern Conference for a reason. People go up there and they beat on this team. Now they're difficult at home. They won 8 games at home, and they're out of the 10 games they win at home. So it's going to be a level of difficulty when you travel to anybody's building, not named the New Orleans Pelicans. But hell, don't we have scouting reports? Don't we know what some of these guys, what we need to do to stop some of these guys? That's all I'm saying. It's not just them running around practicing. They got scouting reports that we're supposed to use to slow these people down. But anyway, let's hit the preview, man. It's just really frustrating. Y'all hit the like button, man, as we keep this thing going. Trying to figure this team out, man. Trying to figure them out. Next team on the docket is the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are next. This is a team, Kevin Durant. We know that the Pelicans lead the series against this team 1-0. Remember, they beat them back in on the 18th of December, 133 to 128. That was a really exciting game. We have 3 more matchups against this team. The next one is Sunday at 6 p.m. tip-off time at Houston. The Space City Home Network is what they call their building. We'll be lining up against them and see what we can do against this Houston Rockets team. Kevin Durant's the top scorer, averaging almost 26 points a contest. Sengun is the top rebounder and assister for the team. Herb Jones, once again, estimated timeline, Herb Jones in his freaky ankle situation is supposed to return by the 18th. I don't know what's going on with this Herb Jones thing, this weird ankle situation, but Herb's not good to go until the 18th. They're saying then Jose Alvarado had the oblique issue. He's not good to come back until January the 23rd, and Murray is pushed back to February the 20th. So some of their people that's missing that's not going to be in this game, but one of them supposed to be returning is Tyree Eason from an ankle issue is listed to come back on the 18th, and Fred VanVleet, their big acquisition at the point guard position, his knee issue, he's out until June the 1st. So Eason will return for the against the Pelicans, and we know that's a common thing that we see with people making their way backs for them. Now the Pelicans over the last 5 games are 2-3. 2-3 wins against Brooklyn and Washington, losses against the Pacers, the Nuggets, and the Magic. The Rockets are 1-4 over the last 5 games. Losses to OKC. Yesterday they have a win over Chicago and 3 straight losses at Sacramento and Portland. So the Rockets kind of up and down all around, but they scored a 25-15 record with 12 home wins. They 12-3 at home. Pelicans now 10-34, 3-16 on the road. The matchup indicator is giving them an 83, them meaning the Rockets, 83% chance, and the Pelicans less than 17% to win the matchup against the Houston Rockets, right? So you guys for yourself can see all those stats. You can see a lot of their top stats. We're talking about points per game, field goal percentage, three-pointers, opposition field goal percentage, all within the top 10. The three-pointers made and all that stuff is kind of back in the 20s. You can see the three-point percentages is 7th in the NBA. They're 11th in free throw attempts at 11, and the percentages at 24. They the top rebounding team in the NBA at 49.1. The Pelicans are 20th ranked in that situation. The assist game, they are averaging 25 a game in that field, 22 ranked. Pelicans are 25 at 26 ranked. You look at the turnovers right there, Pelicans at 15 a game. That's 16th versus the Rockets at almost 16, which is 25th. Steals, Pelicans are a top 10 team in steals with 9 a game. The Rockets are 14th ranked, and you can see the blocks. They're a top 6 team in the NBA in terms of blocks at 5.5, Pelicans 4.4. So it's a lot of stuff going on with our team. We need to turn around. We need to fix. And now, like I said, man, this ain't going to be an easy game. But I was counting on the Pelicans to have momentum, to be honest with you, going into, and momentum, what's that, Q? What the hell is momentum with the Pelicans, right? The momentum that we should have had beating 2 struggling teams like the Brooklyn Nets, beating the struggling, well, not tonight, the Pacers who were struggling, and taking those 2 wins and building some momentum and going into Houston on the 2-game winning streak. We can't seem to get it right with that. Can't seem to get it right. It has to be for a guy on that team that wants to win. It has to be like, man, guys got to be like, man, it's got to be so frustrating, bro. So frustrating to be a player on this team that wants to win and wants to do it right. It's got to be frustrating. But anyway, 10 keys to victory, man, for this matchup going into this thing on Sunday at 6 p.m. Number one, y'all know we got to somehow contain their best player, which is Kevin Durant, the primary scorer, averaging almost 6 points a game. We gotta ratchet up that defensive intensity that, some of the stuff that we did in the matchup, in the earlier matchup when we was kind of frustrating Kevin Durant in that first matchup. We got it. Some of that stuff we have to kind of replicate because, and that's why I'm hoping Herb Jones get back, because we can really use Herb Jones, not just his defense, but his IQ. When he's on the floor, he's telling these dumb players what to do, man. I hate to be so mean about it, but he's telling these guys when to switch, when not to switch, where to stand, where to go, These guys are lost out there, and he's out there captaining and quarterbacking these guys and telling them what switches to make, what switches not to make. You don't do that. Go over there. This is what he does well. So having him there just to kind of tell them what to do defensively, my goodness, could help slow down Kevin Durant. That's number one. We also got to limit what Sengun doing. He's another major offensive threat who can score and facilitate, doubling him, limiting his opportunities in that paint. That's going to be important, and I know that's a tough order, but we did play Kevin Durant and Sengun and them guys and got that first win. So they're going to have it on their mind to be aggressive with you, which we have to be more aggressive in the interior with that defense. They got those big men. Pelicans need to play physically and aggressive on defense, especially in the paint, and make it difficult for easy scores. We have to be able to do that, and we got to kind of see if we can get them into foul trouble. That's what we got to do. Try to do that if we can. We got to force turnovers, generate turnovers against the Houston Stars that can lead us into some transition opportunities. We got to disrupt the Rockets' offensive rhythm. We got to shake these people up, man, and we got to get on them. Maintain some first half intensity throughout. Right, the past meeting, Pelicans strong. He started strong with the lead and only let Houston back in the game, but they kept their focus and the effort and played 48 minutes and was able to do something important. 48 minutes of basketball is vital to the success of the Pelicans, not just against the Houston Rockets, but all these teams that we losing to. I know this is something that we don't do, but maybe we need to start doing it. Crash the damn boards. Maybe against the previous team, we had 18 offensive boards. We got to get into practice of getting that consistently. We got to dominate the glass and provide second chance points and limit Houston's opportunities. That's some of the things we got to do. One shot and then run up the court, jacking up shot, no guy underneath the board for a potential offensive rebound and stick back or a put back, that kind of stuff, man. We got to be a little bit more disciplined and intelligent on that. Because crashing the boards is something that we need to focus on. Got to be more efficient in our three-point shooting. Need to improve the three-point efficiency, especially on the road, and keep the defenses honest. And then also that shooting helps create space for our space-eating gravity man and Zion Williamson and other potential slashers. That's what we got to focus on. We got to get Zion involved early in the matchup. That helps his efficiency. It helps his playmaking early in the game, and it helps set a tone with him offensively. Execute in the late game. Those late game situations, the Pelicans, they got to match up and they got to handle the business. And then you've seen in the previous matchup when we went into overtime, after a blown lead, got to execute better. We have to have better decision making in the final minutes of regulation. And that stuff right there will be ultra critical to us getting a win against this team. And by all means, we got to have a severe amount of mental toughness. We got to have mental toughness. We got to have mental toughness. That's so important and essential to overcome whatever Houston going to come with, especially when they try to come with a late game run. You got to stand on business and you got to be tough and know, hey, man, this is my game. And I know some of this stuff they exhibited in certain areas of the game, but we need this type of play, these type of thought processes, and these keys for 48 minutes of basketball. That's what I'm talking about. We gotta build on this. We gotta build. So anyway, that's my keys, man. Y'all put y'all's in the chat, man. Yeah, it's y'all put y'all in the chat. It's just what it is, man. That's what I got tonight on PPR, man. That's what I think. And listen, anything can happen, fam. We're a 10-win team. Houston could be downplaying us, knowing that the Pelicans are in turmoil right now, and they might just be looking past us. They might not bring the A game, and that we might be able to sneak them. You never know how this is going to end up, man. So we'll see what they do on Sunday at 6 p.m. in Houston, and whatever they call that damn building. It don't even sound like an arena name. I don't know how they pulled that one off. The Space City Home Network. That's what they call the arena. I think that's what they call. No, hold on. I'm sorry. It's the Toyota Center. I was looking at something else. I was about to say that don't even sound right. I'm about to say the Space City. That's the television network they on. They had it where the arena go. Anyway, with that being, wherever we playing, whether we play them on the damn Moon or the Toyota Center, one way or the other, we got to bring it for 48 minutes. That's the bottom line. All right, so anyway, man, listen, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Listen, family, like I said, there is a report that I did, a flash report that I did earlier. Well, I released it during the game. It was supposed to be released earlier in the day, but that's on me. But it covers all the latest rumors from the Pelicans. We all heard that Joe Dumars didn't inquire about Ja Morant. I break it down there. We also have the fresh report that was released by an insider about the Herb Jones and the Lakers have mutual interest in each other. Mutual interest. Well, if that's I'm like, mutual interest. It did not say the Pelicans. The insider said Herb Jones and the Lakers, not the Pelicans and the Lakers, have mutual interest. Is that reason why he's being held back on that ankle? What's going on with this strange ankle situation? So there's some stuff happening. We know they playing Eves and Hawk because they're potentially looking at trading them. There's something tied to the Pacers, the team we played tonight. They got a good look at Eves tonight. They really did. They got a good look at Eves tonight. And there's Jared from Cleveland that they're looking at. There's the other guy from Dallas, Gifford, and a couple other people. But there's serious smoke around a couple of these rumors, but I give it to you all on the report, so y'all check that out. All right, so anyway, with that being said, man, I'm going to get out on that. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all do me a service. Y'all feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on social media feed. We up in this thing, and listen, fam, I'll holler back at you. I'm going to kind of hit you with some flash reports if something new pops up for the Pels. Between now and the Houston game, man, on some of these rumors. But as y'all know, it is rumor central time because we have up until February the 5th before the NBA trade deadline is over with. So you're going to hear all kind of stuff going on. Also, like I said, it's a lot of rumors going to be spinning on outside the players, DeJounte Murray and Poole and all these other guys. All this stuff is going on. So it's about to get a little wild in terms of that, but we're going to make sure we cover everything we need to. For the fam. So with that being said, thank y'all, man. Y'all hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Peace, and go Pelicans.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Birds of a feather, fly down. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WooDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.